Hey guys, good, the bad, and the unusual. I'm gonna go kind of fast because I just tried to do this video and it ran over 15 minutes, and that's kind of unacceptable because I don't think anybody wants to watch me talk for 15 minutes. First, the contest winner for Jim Henson's The Cube and the Timepiece, Bad Ronald, the original release. Again, I don't know what's up with the extra 2 minutes of footage. I never did my research, but supposedly that release or that version has 2 minutes more footage than the Warner Brothers DVD release. And Where Have All the People Gone? The winner, me and my wife drew it together because we wanted to do it together, but we could not make this video together, was Willie Mark 1. Now, I know he left YouTube or shut his channel down or did something along those lines. I understand that. But we are still going to mail it out to him, and we're going to put some sort of morale-boosting note inside there to attempt to get him to come back. I don't know if it'll happen. Probably not. I mean, surely if someone shuts down their stuff, they're pretty dead set on it. I would assume, I don't know. I know I don't want to hear anyone crying about how I didn't draw the name out of the hat like I normally do on the video. We did this together in the car earlier today when we were at the post office, just because we wanted to do it while we were together. Next up, I got this from Corley Collects. It is the unreleased director's cut for Cyborg. This is the Cyborg film, the Van Damme one. I know the cover looks a bit crazy there. I think they did an excellent job with this cover art. It makes it not look anything like what the film is. Anyway, in 2011, the director found 2 VHS tapes that were different. One released in Europe, one released in America, and he decided he was going to splice them together and make the edition that he wanted originally. Then he also found more footage that was never in any edition on 16mm film, so he added that into it as well. He rearranged it, he edited it the way that he wanted it done, and that's the edition right there. As far as I know, you can't buy it anywhere except from the director himself, and I think, the last I heard, I just saw this on like a little chat room thing, he's not selling them anymore. So, I don't know what's up with that. But it's cool to have. I'll definitely be checking it out. Next, I got this from Hillock666, or Matt, and it is Grub Girl. I've wanted to see this ever since I first heard about it. It went out of print almost within months, it seemed like, and now I couldn't find it. I've looked for it for a few months, couldn't find a copy anywhere. Matt said he had a copy and was selling it, so I purchased it from him. It is zombie porn. That's what it is. Haven't seen it yet, still have not watched it, but I cannot show you the back because there is nudity. But it's cool to have, an authentic factory-pressed release of it, because I had been thinking about buying a bootleg for a few months now, because I see them on a lot of bootleg sites. They bootleg them because, you can't find it anymore, so it's great to have an authentic release. Lastly, we got, well, no, not lastly. Next is Robert's contest. We won Robert's contest. He gave us $50 to spend on Amazon, and we purchased the Criterion box set that has Pitfall, Woman in the Dunes, and The Face of Another. And it is a box set. It's the one with the big thumbprint on it. I know you can barely see it. Anyway, I wanted to see Woman Within the Dunes for a long time. And to have all 3 of his films is, even better. So I couldn't think of a better way to spend the money, in all honesty, because it's something I've always wanted, but I'd never spent my money on it because I always had something else in mind, and it was one of those things I just kept getting put on the back burner. So we both decided, hey, it's time to do this, and we purchased it. So they come individually, like in little digipacks, and it's cool because they're each still numbered too. But this is Pitfall. This is what it looks like. I'm going to go through them real fast. This one is Woman in the Dunes. This is the one that I was most excited about. I know it won all kinds of awards when it was released too. And then The Face of Another. And I think this is kind of like a Friend Without a Face, and I don't know, one of those movies where their face gets all jacked up and they have to surgically put someone else's face on them or something along those lines. Then it also comes with the special features. Cool stuff. And then an awesome book. And I'll try and find some decent pictures from the films to show you. Here's a pretty good one. And one more. So I've been wanting to see those for a while. That was really cool to win those prizes. Now, last package I got was from Kyle. Some of these I don't have covers yet for. I'll show them again sometime when I got covers. Because, as you guys know, probably by now, me and Kyle trade unreleased stuff quite frequently. And this is just, well, some of this is that. The first thing he sent me was the Detroit Metal City animated TV series. This has all 13 episodes with English subtitles, so that's real cool. And then the second thing that I just made this cover last night. This is a TV show from Japan called Kore Kore Takora. It has no release anywhere, or maybe it might have a VHS release in Japan. There are 260 episodes. This show aired from 1973 to 1974. Each episode's about, I would say, 4 or 5 minutes long. It's not long at all. But this is the cover for the box set I made. Now that I have all 260 episodes on DVD, I made a cool little box set for it. Put all kinds of stills and stuff, some information. Anyway, it translates to Give Me Octopus. It's about a crazy octopus and his friends, and they get into mischief. It's really interesting. It has no English subtitles, but you really don't need it because it's just pure craziness. Alright, next is The Magic of Spell. I need a cover for that one. Now, he swears that it's just the craziest thing ever, so I'm pretty pumped about that one. He got me excited about it. Next is Dogo 5. I think it's like a part 2 to the Ancient Dogo Girls, which was pure craziness. And then the last thing he sent me was Tampon Tango. Now, I don't know much about that, but I remember reading about it on Twisted Anger like a few months ago, and it sounds pretty crazy. I'd like to jump through a good, a bad, and an unusual now. My good is going to be Accumulator 1. This is a DVD-R copy. The only release that I know of for the film is the actual Czechoslovakian release, which is out of print now. I looked it up a few times, and every time I look it up, it's always like $150 to $170. It's just crazy, you know. I don't want to pay that much for out of print Czech film. Anyway, it's by Jan Zverka. He directed the film Kooky. That's how I know who he is. But this film is basically about a guy who has a television, and the television drains his life force. It doesn't kill him, it just makes him really, really weak. Inside the TV is another version of himself, and that version needs the other guy to watch TV in order to gain life force. So it's about the guy trying to not watch TV, and it slowly is killing the guy inside the TV. And that's a very weak synopsis because this is a very hard thing to summarize. It's basically an art house sci-fi film. It is excellent, and by all means, I recommend it to everyone. It is just incredible. There's nothing in it that would offend anybody, unless you're offended by some nudity. But I mean, there's nothing like sick or disturbing or nothing like that in it. It's an awesome sci-fi flick, and I highly recommend it. I have a new goal of finding all of this guy's films on in real releases, not burnt copies, unless that's the only way I can't find them. But I want to see all of his work now. The two things I've seen from him were incredible, so now I got to check his stuff out. All right, next, my bad. This is The Secret of the Magic Gourd. Now, I saw this, I noticed that Disney released it, so I was a little bit skeptical. But when I looked at the back and I saw the flying fish, the kid with the bucket, this little gourd with a stick in a backpack, and this, an airplane, a dinosaur, I thought, yeah, this is probably a really crazy Japanese film that's been marketed to American children. A lot like those animated ones Disney bought. Disney bought the rights to, like, My Neighbor Totoro, Howl's Moving Castle, all of that stuff. And I loved all of those. So I thought that this would have a pretty good chance of being good. But this was complete garbage. About halfway through, I just had to stop it. It's like for children only. Like, completely, you can't even sort of enjoy it as an adult. I could not even stand it. It's definitely strictly for children, probably like ages 10 and under. It's really, really bad. And I think even more so, it's for Japanese children, because I think a lot of the jokes and a lot of the stuff that they were talking about, American kids would be like, what? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Anyway, it was bad. Did not like it. My next and my more unusual item is going to be a Hungarian digipack for the film Taxidermia. Taxidermia is a very disturbing kind of art house film. I thought it was Russian for the longest time, but I just found out it was Hungarian. So I looked it up and found a Hungarian special edition for it, as that seems most appropriate. And it came in this meat pack. Comes with the styrofoam, that meat comes in. So once you take the digipack out of the thing, looks like this. It just looks like some meat. Then on here, more meat. The spine, taxidermia. Pull it out. Here's the back side. Here is the front side. And the inside. It's a 2-disc digipack. Has a lot of special features. The film itself is incredible. It's filmed wonderfully, and it looks like nothing you've probably seen. It is, like I said, very disturbing and will probably bother some people. It's not for everybody. The story covers 3 generations of a family, a very, very weird, dysfunctional family. The first guy is like a semi-retarded soldier who likes to molest pigs, and he's very sexually frustrated and weird. The second one covers a competitive eater, and he's just really, really gross. And the third one covers a taxidermist who's got social problems. So it's got some funny parts. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed at some parts, but it's for the most part it's pretty disturbing and gross. But I loved it. I thought it was filmed like just something different. That's what I like in film, is something crazy and different. And this definitely fits into that genre. All right. Lastly, I'd like to, with my remaining time, just cover some covers that I made for some stuff that I did not have covers for. Just with the last remaining 3 minutes. The first one is She Demons. I bought this DVD used, and it came with no case, so I printed off this cover for it. The copy I have is from Image, and this is actually the Image cover, so I thought that was pretty cool. It's a pretty crap movie, actually, but whatever. Next is Retardotron. You can buy this, or you can download it for free from the, I want to say director. He's not really, okay, the director of the film. But basically, it's just footage of really weird shit that this guy found on the internet. He spliced it all together and then burnt it to DVDs. It's basically, a video mixtape of weird crap you can find on the internet. There is a Retardotron Part 2, and I would like to pick it up sometime. But for now, this is the one I got. I made a cover for it because Tattooed Doorman actually is the one who sent me this. And it had no cover, and I can't find the cover that they actually use when they sell the film. So I just pieced this one together. It's like stills from the film, and then this is the actual cover. Next is She. I did my research on this. This is okay, this film was released on VHS in its entirety. Then it was released in Europe on DVD, and it had an Italian release, and it had some like a UK release or something like that. One of them was released at 104 minutes. One of them was released at 102 minutes. This is the actual original uncut VHS that runs 106 minutes long. I knew there was a reason that I had been looking for it, but I had been looking for it for so long that I forgot. So this is just a DVD-R. I pieced this cover together. I'm sure most of you know about the film already. That's the cover right there that Netflix has, because you can actually stream it on Netflix. But the one that Netflix streams is the shortened version. Alright, lastly, we got a Mondo film. I cannot pronounce it, but I pieced together that cover. Lion Man. This is a Turkish film about a guy with lion claws. They're metal. It stars the guy from Turkish Star Wars. It's really crazy. Just as good or just as bad as Turkish Star Wars. Another film I had and did not come with a cover. This is another thing that Image released. I just pieced that cover together. Turkish Rambo or Rampage. Again, the same guy, I believe, and just pieced that cover together. The Bakipski tapes. I found this cover on the internet. It's actually a really good, well put together cover. Samurai Avenger Blind Wolf, and this is the screener. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells. Water Power, and I cannot show you the back of that one. And the Peanut Butter Solution.